I am back today with a very special vlog. It is So Frugal23 and I am part of the vlogger tour, which is happening on YouTube. I'm sure you will have seen already Sam and Ruan from Frugalissima and the Yorkshire So Girl have already done their vlogs, as have many other vloggers. I will put the information in for you. So you will already have heard lots about it, I'm sure. But just as a little recap, the challenge has been going on for a couple of years now. It was originally frugal frocks, and this dress is one that I made. It's now covered in cat hair, but it's one that I made for frugal frocks back in, I think it was 2020 or 2021. But they have opened it up now, so it is more inclusive. So it's any frugal garment, any garment for a human. One moment. Sorry, so I'm back. I've just let Benji out. So back to what I was saying is, so the challenge was originally frugal frocks, but they have opened it up now to be So Frugal, which means that you can sew any garment for a human using a freely available pattern, so one that you can download from the internet or one that you can draft, or like copy from a garment that you own. It has to be something that's freely available. They're encouraging you not to use the patterns that come in magazines. The ones that you can download from magazines are fine because anyone can access those, but the ones that are like the paper copies of like the big four, so this sort of thing, they're suggesting not, because that's not freely available to anyone. However, if needs must, then you may. Then the other stipulation is that it has to be stash fabric, so you shouldn't be going out and buying fabric for this. It needs to be in your stash already. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have had it for years. You might have brought it maybe in January or February and just haven't used it yet, so that obviously depends on your circumstances. I have got some here that has been in my stash for a while. So I thought I would start my search with things for the bottom half, because I don't really own any trousers that I've sewn. I've got a few skirts, but I don't tend to wear a lot of me-mades on my bottom half. But I've decided to go with skirts, and I have got quite a few skirt patterns to share with you. So I will try and do them in detail, but without taking forever. I think I had 10, possibly, I can't remember. So the first one I've got is, and I've got a printout of these here. So I came across a company called Tiana's Closet, which I hadn't seen before, but they have quite a few different patterns that are all free downloads, and they've got quite a good size range, and I've picked out two that I really liked from them. So if you're wanting to make any garment, I would suggest looking at them, because there was quite a wide range and there's some really nice patterns in there. So the first one I found was the Nadine skirt, which is this. It's a vintage style. It comes to below the knee. They've described it as a vintage design with yoke detail, gathered flared silhouette. Sorry, I'm just looking down because I have written some notes down here. So you've got, sorry, the camera angle might have changed because I just knocked the camera over. I can't remember where I got to, but so this Nadine skirt from Tiana's Closet has got this button down placket down here. It's got the yoke detail, and it's obviously a flared skirt. I thought this would be really nice. It's made for lightweight, flowy or drapey fabrics. I'm not sure how much fabric was required. I don't remember coming across. I don't think they put, that was it, they don't put fabric requirements. You have to print the pattern out, put it together, and then work out how much fabric you need, because obviously it depends on what width you're going for, so they haven't put the information on there. But it goes from an extra small to a 5XL, which goes from a waist of 60 up to 102 centimetres, and then hips of 88 up to 130 centimetres. So I thought that was an okay size range. I definitely fit within that, so that's for me quite good. Yeah, so that was lovely, and I thought for that I would probably use something like that. So it'd be more modern. This is a viscose that I think I got from Rainbow Fabrics. So it's much more of a modern design than the one on here. I don't think I've got a ditzy floral, but I thought that would be quite nice in that. Yeah, so possibly that one, or I'm not sure, but I think that would work, which I've never quite worked out what fabric this is. It looks like it's got a crepe. It looks a bit like a crepe texture on the front, but it definitely isn't a crepe. I'm not sure what it is anyway. So it's this nice like burgundy colour with these beautiful flowers and spots on it. So possibly something like that. It is quite lightweight and drapey. There's quite a lot of it there as well. So I'm pretty certain I could get that skirt out of this fabric. Yeah, so that one I think is beautiful, and I definitely want to make that one. Whether or not I'll do it for So Frugal, I'm not sure. There was another one from Tiana's closet, and I haven't got a picture of it. I'll pop it in, but it's called the Mandy Flounce skirt. It's a high waist flounce hem, which is easy to wear with other garments. It was made for wovens, thick and heavyweight, or lightweight and flowy. So quite a wide range. And that one I thought would look quite nice in something like that. Although to be fair, actually the Nadine would also work in this, which is like a, again, I'm not sure what this is. This would be very frugal. This came from my great aunties when my mum was clearing her bungalow after she passed away. So there's that, which is like a royal blue. It's not coming up a very true to colour on the screen, but it's like a royal blue crepe type fabric. Really don't know how you would describe that, but that would be quite nice for that skirt. Yeah, I'm not sure. That one would probably work as well, actually, for that one. Or maybe something a bit heavier weight. I'm not sure what fabric I would use though, if I used a heavier weight one. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right, the next one I've got here is the Mood Society, and this one was called the, sorry, just find it on here, the Thistle Kilt, and they've described it as a 90s inspired mini wrap. So you can see here it's got the pleated details, it's got like a little buckle closure, so that's meant to be a mini skirt. It says that they said that you need 1 yard of fabric. They've recommended cotton sateen, twill or suiting, and I have not got something out for that. Bear with me one moment. Right, I'm back, sorry. So I thought possibly this fabric that came from a So Hayley Jane box, which is a viscose twill. I've also got, this comes in like another colourway, which I don't have to hand, but it's like a black check with pastel rainbow. So that would be a possibility for it as well. And the size range on that one, sorry I didn't say, did I? The size range on that was 00 to 32, which is a waist of 23 up to 51.5 inches. and hips of 34 up to 63.5 inches. That's a really size inclusive skirt. So I thought I really liked the idea of that one. Yeah, that's a possibility. And they said that it was inspired like by Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time video and Clueless. So yeah. Actually, I do have a lot of other fabrics that would work with. There's a upholstery fabric I shared once that would be really nice. I wanted to make like a little Clueless type set. So maybe that actually. Right, moving on. Itch to Stitch Lindy Petal skirt is next, which is a pencil skirt with 2 overlapping curved front pieces, which you can see making the petal shape at the bottom there. It's recommended for drapey knits with 50% stretch, so a jersey or an ITY, and it goes from a double XS to a double XX. Oh, let's try again. It goes from an extra small up to an extra large, which is a waist of 23 7/8 of an inch up to 39 inches, and hips of 34 up to 48 3/4 inches. So again, not the biggest size range, but I do fit within that size range, so it's not too bad. I know for a lot of people that isn't inclusive enough really, but I didn't look at how inclusive the patterns were, other than obviously if I didn't fit into them, I'm not going to talk about them because there's no way that I could sew them up. That sounds really selfish, I'm very sorry. Right, so I thought something plain and black like this, just plain black cotton lycra jersey would work well, and it would be a nice skirt for work, or to wear in the evening with like a nice blouse would be quite nice. So I thought possibly that one, or it might work. Not sure about this one though. Probably not this one, but I did pick this one out for this skirt. So it's this like mini houndstooth, which is going to make your screens go really horrible. And that's not going to focus. So that was my other thought, but actually I'm not sure how well that would work. I will consider it. This skirt I really, really love, and it is very size inclusive because, actually, is it? One moment. Maybe this one wasn't, sorry. No, okay. So this one, I found it on a blog called Amesy's Antics, and this was her version that she made up. But the pattern is actually made label, and it's the Frankie wrap skirt, and it's described as a spring or summer flowy wrap skirt. It needs 3.6 yards of woven rayon or viscose, and it comes in sizes 4 to 16, which is a 26 to 38 inch waist. So again, I just fit in that size range. But yeah, I really liked that skirt. And for that one, for the wrap skirt, if I was to make that, I'd probably go for that, except for I'm not sure how well the flounce would work in that fabric. Maybe it should be fine. So possibly that. As you can see, it has got a bit of drape there. If not, again, I've got lots of viscoses from Rainbow Fabrics and other places, so something again like that would work as well. There is also another viscose in that pile that I will get to. That one I decided not to go for because it is far too small. It was a very, very narrow size range. Right, the next one has been released fairly recently, and it is this one from So Over It, which is their ruby skirt, described as a stylish midi, and is free to their newsletter subscribers. It has a button down front with roomy patch pockets, and a wide waistband. So you can you see just down here there is a button placket. Can't actually see it on there. There is a button placket, and they have done a sew along on their YouTube channel, I believe, and all of the all of them. There's a few of the staff from Sew Over It have sewn it up, so they've shown it on lots of different body types, and it looks really nice. So that is sizes 6 to 30, which is a waist of 61 up to 96 centimetres, and hips of 86 up to 121 centimetres, which doesn't actually sound... the size range sounds like it's a lot bigger than it does when you're looking at it in centimetres. Interesting. So fabrics, it needs 2 meters of fabric, and they've suggested lightweight drapey fabrics such as chambray, variety of cottons like cotton lawn, cotton poplin would work, crepe or viscose. So again, I won't show you the fabrics again because there's a few there that I've shown that would work for that skirt too. Then the next skirt I have picked up is the Made Everyday circle skirt, which my printer had a bit of an issue with. But this skirt is it's a circle skirt. You can get them in so many, like lots of pattern companies have got a calculator for a circle skirt. It's not difficult to find one. The difference with this one is it's an exposed waistband, and they've got a video tutorial for it. Sorry, not quite sure what that was. Yeah, you can do it in so many different fabrics. It's you can do it in jersey, you can do it in woven, literally anything goes with that pattern. They say you need 2 yards, but I guess it depends on your size and how long you want your skirt to be. You would be limited as to the width of your fabric for the length, unless you were to do it as 2 half circles, in which case you'd need more fabric. So I was thinking that for that I would probably use this blue, because I know I've got a fair bit of that, and it's non-directional, which I think you need for a circle skirt. Right, moving on. I also like the idea of a high-low skirt, which you could use the Made Everyday pattern for, but why reinvent the wheel when there is the Dibby Club, Do It Better Yourself Club, have got the Duchess high-low skirt. So this is advertised. They refer to this as a versatile skirt for every occasion. So I guess it depends what fabric you use as to how dressy it might be. They've said you need 2 3/4 yards of fabric, and you can use either a woven or a knit. And it comes in sizes 00 up to 34. But then when I opened up the size chart, it said 1 to 9, and then 0 plus to 9 plus. I was a little bit confused by that. But it's basically, the measurements are a waist of 25 1/4 inches up to 63 inches. So that's very inclusive. Again, I would probably go for the blue fabric that I've just shown you, as it's non-directional. However, it would probably look really nice in lots of these fabrics, but the other one I thought was this one. Basically, I need to sew this up because I love it. Every time like everything I look at, I'm like, yeah, this fabric is gorgeous. So yeah, I've definitely got enough there to do that one. So then the other one that I was thinking of, and I have got, oh no, sorry, I've got two more I was thinking of. So there is the, and I haven't got pictures of either of them, so I will try and insert them. There is the Patterns for Pirates pencil skirt, which I was considering this fabric. Now, there's only 1 metre here. However, I do have another metre of it because I knew I didn't have enough to make anything with it. Not anything with it, but anything that I wanted. So yeah, I would possibly go for a Patterns for Pirates pencil skirt for that one. But the Patterns for Pirates would also look really nice made up in this one that makes your screen go funny. So possibly that one for the Patterns for Pirates. And I have made it previously in a cotton jersey that was like a check, so that would work absolutely fine and would be really nice for work. And then the last one, which I pulled out, this fabric, I can't remember what I pulled this one out for. Oh yes I do, I was thinking the Lindy skirt in that one, the Lindy petal skirt. Didn't show it to you when I talked about that pattern though, did I? Right, so the last one, which if you've watched my previous vlogs you'll know what I'm going to say. I want to make the Sabina skirt, which is by the Little Pomegranate. I've made one before and I would like to make one using this fabric, which is this bold, it's like a tealy colour with like a black bold leaf print on it. I've got 2 cuts of this one, so I've definitely got enough to make the skirt. So the Sabina skirt is a gathered skirt that sits on the waist. It's got an elasticated waist, roomy slanted pockets, and a ruffle hem. It needs 2 meters of fabric, and they recommend lightweight woven cottons, lawn or poplin, or shirting, seersucker, linen, viscose, rayon, tencel, twills and crepes. And from my previous one I know that the viscose challis will work really well. Obviously I really want to make it using that burgundy as well, so that burgundy is going to be sewn at some point very soon. The size range is 6 to 36, that's in UK sizes, which is a waist of 25 up to 51 inches and hips of 34.5 to 61 inches. So that was a bit of a whistle-stop tour, but there were a lot of skirt patterns. There is also one that is free to people taking part in the challenge, which I will link below because I can't remember what it's called. I want to say it was the Florence skirt. I'll link it below. Right, thank you very much for watching my vlog. I will be posting my make on the 31st as per the competition rules over on Instagram, and I will do a vlog revealing my make as well. There is another sewist doing a vlog today, which is the Umbrian sewist. The Umbrian sewist. So please go over and watch them. And yesterday there was Dizzy Quilts and Sews and Notes from the Sewing Room. So be sure to check those out if you have not already. And then tomorrow Alex Judge Sews and Knots and Needles will both be doing their vlogs. So yeah, look forward to seeing those tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing your makes when you enter the challenge as well.